if I ask 5 different people if they want to be happy, there is a very strong chance that all 5 will answer yes. But now, if I ask these 5 people, what is happiness? There's also a very strong chance that they will give me 5 different answers. So, what is happiness? When I conduct the experiment I just told you, especially if I do it with all 5 people at the same time, it can lead to debates, which are sometimes quite animated. And often, when these people realize they don't agree, they end up saying happiness is subjective. Well, that's not wrong, but it doesn't really get us anywhere. On the other hand, if we find a definition of happiness that is objective, meaning it remains true for everyone, then we can use it to think about it a way that we can achieve it in theory that works for everyone. In this video, I propose you an objective definition of happiness, and I am explaining why I am suggesting this one. So, to simplify, I'm going to give you a definition that is absolute or ideal. Either you're happy or you're not. So, we agree that it doesn't work like that in life. It's possible to be more or less happy. But to approach the subject more easily, let's just say that there is an not happy state and an happy state. The happy state is a state that meets 3 criteria. The first criteria is that the happy state is a conscious state. That is to say, we consider that it is not possible to be happy without knowing it or feeling it. If you're not aware of being happy, then you're not happy. If you are not aware of your happiness, you can derive satisfaction from it. Also, if you know why you are happy, you are more likely to remain happy because you are less likely to do things that could damage this happiness. Second criterion. This one is the one with which people often have a little trouble. The happy state is a state independent of the circumstances. So, what that means concretely is that if right now I am happy and while crossing the road a car knocks me down and breaks my leg, well, of course, I will be in a lot of pain, but I will still remain happy. Well, I can understand that this can sound a bit random, but let me explain where it comes from. It is obvious that we would all prefer to be in a situation where we are fulfilled with our relationships, healthy, surrounded by people we like, etc. And of course, these are considerations that should absolutely not be disregarded or ignored. But we still notice one thing is that there are people who are healthy, surrounded by good people, etc., but who are still, for all that, unhappy. On the other hand, conversely, there are people that are from dysfunctional families, has a poor health, are poor, etc., but still, for all that, are happy. Why and how? Here are 2 circles. These 2 circles appear to you to be of equal size, and that is perfectly normal so far, since in fact they are. I am not going to touch them, but I am going to change their environment, like this. You now notice that the circle on the left seems smaller to you than the one on the right, or that the one on the right seems larger to you than the one on the left. It doesn't matter while yet. But the thing is that they are still the same size. Our brains can't evaluate things in absolute terms objectively. It can only do so in a relative way, that is to say, by comparison. For example, I don't know what short means if I don't know what long means. Everything that we know exists by contrast. So, whatever our circumstances are, you can always be unhappy with it because you think it could be better, just as you can always be happy with it because you think it could be worse. In any case, you can never objectively judge it good or bad. That explains why some people are unhappy in circumstances that others would consider favorable, just as some people are happy in circumstances that others would consider unfavorable. Finally, it is not our circumstances that makes us happy or not, but the way we perceive it. Besides, that is why I tell you that happiness is a state and not a situation. It is something that comes from us and not what is outside of us. So, to our happiness to be stable, bad circumstances must have no effect on it. And finally, the third property is that happiness is a fully satisfying state. That is to say, if you are happy, you don't have the expression that anything essential is missing at any time. Of course, materially, you can always lack things, but that is not serious. That doesn't mean you are unhappy. As we have defined it, happiness constitutes in itself already a satisfaction, which is serenity.